Mangroves are one of the most unique species of trees and shrubs in the world. Found in the tropics and subtropics, they are characterized by their unique ability to thrive in saltwater. They protect coastlines, harbor wildlife, and form one of the world's most valuable ecosystems. In recent decades, however, they have become increasingly under threat and are now in a state of crisis.
In the last, pretty much since the Second World War, in the 30s and 40s, we've lost about, I would say, 50% of our mangroves worldwide, which means we've got about 13 million hectares left. I think one of the major problems in China is that they are rapidly industrializing and attempting to catch up with the West. Because they're doing it so fast, they have not been able to develop an environmental infrastructure to monitor what's going on, to oversee what's going on, to find ways to prevent environmental damage. The reason mangroves are so successful in terms of habitat for wildlife is because they have the most biodiverse nutrient base and wildlife base of anywhere except the rainforests. It's pretty much on a par with the rainforests. So the nutrient base on which everything lives is very, very rich. The primary cause of mangrove loss in Asia in particular, and also in South America, has been the development of shrimp farming and shrimp ponding to feed the European and the North American shrimp market. So if you clear the mangroves, usually in a wetland area, and you create shrimp ponds, which is pretty simple stuff to do, you've got a very rich nutrient base from which the shrimp can grow. So you breed your shrimp, you grow your shrimp in that nutrient base, but you're not replenishing it because there's no mangroves left. So what happens is after about 5 years, the nutrients are gone, and in essence you've got desertification on a wetland area where nothing will grow because there's no nutrients. So then what happens is the majority of commercial shrimp farmers will move on and clear more mangroves, put more shrimp farms in, and we go through this cycle where 5 years you move on, 5 years you move on.
我们湛江的红树林变化一些数据，我觉得比较有趣的。特别在上个世纪50年代，湛江的红树林是历史上最多的，大概1,400公顷。到了80年代左右。 就是经过历史的变迁，这个破坏啊，就是大概当时的红树林面积大概占5800公顷吧，这个是历史的最低点的。虽然这样，红树林现在发展到现在这个程度，就是每年的逐步增长的面积是逐步增长的，但是我们现在目前还面临一个很主要的问题。 还是一个，这个也是老问题了，就是一个鱼塘的开发，一些当地一些这个鱼塘的开发以及采海这个方面还没有有效的控制，所以我们这个红树林保护还是面临很大的问题。
At the headquarters of the Zhanjiang Mangrove National Nature Reserve, education has been identified as one of the keys to the future of the mangroves. Martin Keeley of the Mangrove Action Project leads new workshops aimed at educating local teachers about the vital importance of environmental education for the future of the people and mangroves of the region.
The idea is obviously to find a way through practical hands-on activities to help students not only understand the scientific structure of wetlands and their importance, but also the social significance and economic value. The reserve invited one school which has been very focused on environmental issues for the last 5 years to bring in the principal and 5 teachers to work with us. So the idea is to work in different schools for the teachers to do this, set up their own workshops and expand the workshops, and still you start to include more and more and more schools in more and more areas in the country.
对于红树林知识的那个深入的了解，这个是让我们很大的收获。另外的是，在这个活动的方式、游戏的方式这么丰富的展现在我们的面前，我们觉得是收益最大的一个方面。那这一些活动对于学生在增长红树林知识的方面，形象性、直观性、生动性方面呢，应该说是他们很会受他们欢迎的。
I think the whole focus of education and the whole focus of what we do has to change. It has to change. If we're going to change people's perceptions environmentally, we have got to think in terms of 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Because you can't do that, because people don't work like that. So you have to start on a school level and an adult level and just keep trying to continually educate people to understand values, environmental values. That's not just for mangroves, that's for any environmental situation.
白鹭飞来湿地间，树枝垂地变成圆，林里万物皆可言。OK。